Welcome, Aries, to your love reading for September 10th to the 16th of 2018. So, this week we'll look into what's going on with you in love. All right, we're going to do a 5-card spread. As to the mutual energy between both, what might the person that you're dealing with or you're into, what they might be bringing towards you, your response, the advice, and then the outcome. All right. So, let's see. Energies for Aries and love. September 10th to the 16th. Okay. Okay. So we have the mutual energy between both. This is reconciliation. Now, this does mean that you're dealing with someone from your past, or they're coming to you, or you're yearning for one another in some way. And this could literally mean someone either from long ago, childhood, or someone that you recently had an issue with. There could be some kind of reconciliation, whether it's a family reunion, coming to see this person, dealing with some things when it comes to children as well. It just depends there. We'll look into what that might be. What your romantic partner is bringing towards you. Stress. All right, they're stressed out. They're potentially very angry with either you or someone else. So hostility, resentment, you just not really being patient with you and going to extremes with how they might express themselves emotionally, or just very temperamental. All right. Now, what is your response? So what happens is that you might be so stressed as well that you go on a shopping spree. You might overindulge. You might do different things to make sure that you get out of a state or get away. Sometimes you might even feel like you want to get out of the state. You might want to run away. You might want to get away from that particular person. So you might spend money, or just sometimes you might even be in debt to a certain person when it comes to financial security, or paying them back. Maybe it's a loan or something like that. So I feel like some of you might have issues with that. Maybe your love interest brings that up to you, that you spend too much, that you do different things, that you like doing it, but you know that it's not the healthiest for the connection or the relationship. So that might be an issue. All right. Now, what is the advice? So the Queen of Wands showing up. So that is another person, it could be, but also your energy, where it's telling you to be your best self. All right. Usually the Queen of Wands is creative. She is passionate. She is he or she. She is often someone who is around others, often able to communicate with others. A businesswoman is someone who is also confident in herself and not, doing different things to put herself in positions that are not going to be in the best interest for herself. So just be careful about that. All right. So yeah, the outcome is some disturbance. All right. You're not really happy with the connection, either the home, your relationship, your romantic partner. There are some issues there with you and that particular person. So let's see. I want to clarify a card. Clarify the Six of Cups for you and your romantic love interest. So that particular person, either you or them, they're both it's like you're broken up, and it seems like both of you might want to return to one another, but you might not do it. Now, if you do return, if the other person comes back, it seems like there could be an issue where you break up or separate and go through an argument, or be hasty in some way. Let's see. Clarify Temperance in reverse for your partner. So that person is annoyed because I feel two things, where they get frustrated because you might be trying to force a change on them. You might force them to wait, or have to wait, or you're not wanting to wait and you want them to move quickly and they're not willing to just yet. And I feel like that person might even want to, either they're sticking with what they already know, and that could be you. They want to stay with you and you're not wanting that to happen. So that could be why they could be angry and frustrated. But it's almost like you're having to be honest with yourself, be true to how you might be feeling, and do what you need to do depending on what you might be experiencing with the connection with that person. So what I want to do is I'm going to pause and I'm going to do this again. So we're going to try something new. We're just going to add on just another spread to see what's going on. So energies for whoa, hold on. So we have a card just fell on the floor. So it's the King of Cups is in reverse, so that is a Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer that you may be dealing with, that you might be frustrated with, that you might even feel like that's treating you wrong. They could literally be emotionally very sensitive, or just angry with you, hostile. It just depends on how the connection might be. Often doing things to get under your skin. They know what to do to make you flip out or cause a reaction from you, for some of you out there. Or this person could have every right to be, just unpleased with the connection in some way. So related to what you might be going through, right? So place that back in. Let's see. So let's shuffle here. So energy for Aries for September 10th to the 16th. Alright. 10 love. So one more spread. See what might be else might be going on. Oh. And that could be their sun sign, moon sign, or rising ascendant sign as well. Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. So the mutual energy between both. So career, you're working, both of you might be separating, and that might be very frustrating. Either you know about this or the other person knows about this, but mutually you both might be going your separate ways, or making an agreement, or the lack thereof, of working. So that does seem to be good though. Now, what might they be bringing towards you? So when strength is coming out, when we had temperance, it seems like they're trying their best to be patient. So this is another card of potential stress and anger and resentment. So I feel like they're trying to do their best to either stand back, pull back, but some of them might not fall through in that way. So that's another major arcana in that same position. Now, what is your response? So you may start to, you might gossip. So when the advice, and well, not the advice, but your response, what was your response? You put yourself in debt. So when you do that, I feel like this is part of you either causing friction. You might say certain things out loud to certain people, or you spread rumors, or whatever it might be. So I feel like this is also an energy of saying certain things, and you might not follow through. All right, you might come through as someone is often talking a lot, but not really going through with what they mention or say. And even, for instance, some of you might be dealing with a scenario where your partner has a child. There could be issues of pregnancy, things like that, secrets that might come out, or certain things where that person is trying to do their best to handle the situation, but you might kind of lose your cool as well. Now, what is the advice? So the Queen of Wands is a very independent person. She can do things on her own. She can often state what she means, but do it in a way that makes sense, that comes through strong and secure. But here I feel like some of you might not really feel all that secure in some way, because you are either with someone, but you want to be with somebody else, but you need to remove yourself from that scenario. You might need to get divorced. You might need to be single. You might need to disconnect in some way if the other person is not wanting to open up, or if you feel like you might not be ready. Something like that could be going on. So I feel like there's a financial dependence on somebody, or just depending on someone else emotionally, where you might not be able to stand on your own right now because of some kind of disappointment. So I feel like you might be stressed in some way. All right. Now the outcome, again, we have the Ten of Cups in reverse. So there is some kind of breakup or separation that's happening between you and your love interest or romantic partner or marriage partner for some. All right, so let's see what the the Page of Swords in reverse is about. Let's see. Okay, got a Page of Swords in reverse for Aries. So yes, you are. The fact that some of you are getting over past heartbreak, so there could be another person involved in your situation where you might not be healed. And the fact, if it's not another person, you're frustrated with the person that you're dealing with currently, and they could have broken your heart in some way. So you still could be getting over that. So you might lash out, you might say certain things that you might not mean, and that makes you feel better at the time, like spending. So I feel like a lot of you are definitely stress from another person scenario. So it seems to be like the same kind of story or scenario that could be popping up for some. So let's see, messages for Aries and love for September the 10th to the 16th. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is our working our love life. That's the energy of trying to be patient, trying to be cool. Your partner might be annoyed with you, might not be patient with you for some. So try not to push the scenario. Let's see, messages for Aries about September. Then we have healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents, and this comes out for you. It's been coming out for you a lot. Issues with your mother, your father, how they brought you up or raised you in some way, how they might affect you, your choices, or your decisions in your love life, and whether or not they're there, or even if they are there, they could interfere. So try your best to heal those energies. Think about what it is that you could have been going through. Ton of love to you, lots of light, tons of healing vibes. I wish you the very best, and you can always go to the website Psychicloveheals.com to schedule something personally for your energy, as these are general. The phone call option will not be an option at this time, and have a good one. Much love.